What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro Duel video. The Gem Knight Link monster has been revealed a couple of hours ago, so let's try it out. It's actually very sweet support for Gem Knights. Again, it's arrows point bottom left and bottom right. Again, kinda good. Well, that's pretty much perfect, right? Since again, Gem Knights were pretty much dead going into Link format for the most obvious reasons. But, you know, this card only needs 2 gem monsters to get on the field, and that's quite easy. You know, Rescue Rabbit, for example, Unexpected Die, your Armadillo, I believe that's the name is, you know, of the Stratos upon normal summon. You can use that gem monster to go for this guy, your Link monster. I believe it's called Gem Knight Phantomcore. Again, Link 2, its attack stat is kinda low, but that's not really too important. It's both its effects can only be used once per turn. Again, upon Link summon, you can add any Gem Knight card from your deck to your hand, so that instantly somewhat solves the problem of Gem Knights, and that instantly lets you search your Gem Knight fusion card. Quite crucial, again, for the archetype. Its second effect is also quite busted again. Also, once per turn you can pay 1000 life points to fusion summon any Gem Knight monster from your extra deck, and this is crucial by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it from either your graveyard and or your banished pile back to the deck. So that's pretty much, you know, that's like pretty much a free Daiku's to Emerald and a free fusion summon, right? Sending back your Lazulis, your Obsidians from your graveyard or banished pile back to the deck to reuse them later in your combo. This new Link monster definitely helps Gem Knight going into Link format, but it also gives the deck in general a boost of pulling off the OTK / FTK. Even an FTK will be used here, at least will be so easy to pull off with this card featuring Brilliant Fusion and or other cards, Unexpected Die, etc. Just makes these FTKs much more easy. I have 2 separate builds, 2 different builds here today, both a Grinder Golem variant and like a more, well, not the Grinder Golem variant pretty much, since I started off, you know, by using the Grinder Golem build as you see here, but I'm pretty much sure, or at least after a couple of test duels, it was pretty much clear that it's not really needed to you know, go for Grinder Golem or adding Grinder Golem to your main deck to make instantly your Kyrios, since again Kyrios can possibly send your Gem Knight fusion from your deck to the graveyard, but and of course OTK much more easy, but that's not really needed here in this deck, so I pretty much prefer not running Grinder Golem here in this version. Also, and that's the biggest reason, is that it clogs up your extra deck, all of those Grinder Golem cards. So yeah, let's not waste more time, let's see a couple of example duels. Alright, I'll start with only 2 replays, only 2 pretty much combos you can do featuring Grinder Golem, of course. Again, pretty much the same, right? And the fact that you can use Akashic Magician's Milling effect to, you know, potentially send some normal monsters from your deck to the graveyard to later, you know, be abused by either Obsidian or the regular, or yeah, you know, the Lazuli, that's just insane. And potentially get something back. I believe I called the Ash Blossom again, 4th card being Ash Blossom, perfect. Sadly, no normals were being sent to the graveyard. Okay, that's not too important, right? Doesn't really matter. Go for Kyrios, which can, you know, I don't have like a Gem Knight fusion in my hand, so I just can send it to the graveyard and then, yeah, mill some extra cards in the process. And of course, go for the bunny, thanks to, you know, the Firewall Dragon. This is standard shenanigans, guys, but again, the main purpose is go for the Lazuli fusion first, and this guy, or this girl, will set up your FTKs quite easily. Then to go for the Diamond Master again, and, you know, okay, the burn effect of your yeah, your Lazuli, indeed, your Lazuli fusion is once per turn, but it's not, at least it's not limited to the card's name. You can just use your Master Diamond, which is, of course, not once per turn, and use its effect. Like, that's just insane, right? Insane that Master Diamond is not once per turn. Another example, again, featuring Grinder Golem, but not with Bunny this time, just with regular, you know, Gem Knight monsters, since your deck, at least you have more chances to draw into multiple Gem Knights rather than drawing into Rescue Rabbit, right? The same combination. Again, I pretty much call, like always, Ash Blossom or Strike if I don't have Strike. But anyway, most importantly, go for Kyrios again. I have the Gem Knight Fusion in hand, so now it's just send Lazuli. Lazuli will trigger when it's sent from your deck to the grave. Obsidian won't, so most of the time I'll just send Lazuli, and if I can just add something to my hand, that will be the Obsidian. Making sure that again go for the Lazuli Fusion. You know, she will start off your combos by sending a second copy from your extra deck to the grave. Go for the Link Summon and search anything from your deck with the Link Gem Knight monster. Yeah, that should be the Obsidian, right? Gaining more special summons to the field, fueling your burn cards here, and eventually... yeah, you can just go for game, right? Grinder Golem being an extra special summoned monster on the board definitely helps. And again, with a lot of shenanigans and special summons, that's sometimes not really needed with Grinder Golem, that is. This is the not Grinder Golem variant, and I definitely prefer this variant over the Grinder Golem variant. So that's, yes, some people are probably going to be more happy about this, right? Since seeing Grinder Goleming every video might be a bit too boring. But anyway, again, the biggest reasons, I don't think it's needed to run Grinder Golem. You have something like Unexpected Die, which definitely boosts the consistency of pulling off that FTK, and you know, if it's like your second turn, OTK your opponent. And also, yeah, OTK either by battle damage, by doubling attack or something like that. I believe it's Citrin that can go for the double attack, or yeah, burn damage, right? Brilliant Fusion is like pretty much the also a one card FTK, same for the Grinder Golem. Well, I can't really call it a one card FTK since it's somewhat dependent on you having a couple of Gem Knights, either send them to the grave, having them in your hand, right? So, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? It's a big enabler to put everything on the field. This time my opponent doesn't have the extra special summoned monster on the field, but you know, thanks to Link mechanic, Konami is giving you the extra, the 6th monster zone needed to, you know, 2 times 2500 burn damage, and then eventually you will special summon your 6th monster, and that's 3k to the face, exactly 8000 points of damage. Quite brutal, right? Okay, the opponent gets to start. Again, going for Minerva, okay, that's quite good, but the Maxi definitely hold him off. Normal summon, rescue Rabbit indeed, and that's pretty much, again, a 1-card Link summon. Search any card you need, either the Gem Knight Fusion or the Obsidian, yeah, depends on which card you already have in your hand. Crystal Rose to the field, which was sent from your deck to the grave, so there is definitely a need, or there's definitely an option to put Seraphonite in your extra deck, because, you know, you can just get back, or at least get the extra normal summon, and yeah, the fact that your Gem Knight Link monster is pretty much like a free fusion summon if you send like 2 or 3 Gem Knights from your banished or graveyard pile back to your deck or extra deck. That's just insane, guys. Ash Blossom is definitely an instant staple because of the Predaplant engine, and yeah, opening with 3 normals, there is like no deck that can OTK or FTK your opponent when you're open with like 3 normals. Maybe World Chalice, but again, it's just obscene that this card, at least, yeah, that your Link monster can just like make your 3 normal openings quite okay, right? Quite good. No, Topaz. Yeah, it's not Citrin, it's Topaz. It gives you the double attack and potentially the extra burn damage as well. Lady Diamond, Brilliant Diamond again, for some extra shenanigans also. Another example indeed. Pendulum Magicians. My opening hand is definitely very good. No hand trap, sadly, to prevent my opponent from going off, and that, yeah, of course, let him establish his big board. But yeah, again, he eventually is able to go for Omega, and this deck, the Gem Knight deck, being rather combo heavy oriented deck, you know, you need your fusion materials in your hand to fusion card to at least 2 monsters, right? Although he does pick at random the Solemn Strike, so I can live with that. Then again, he's able to end with the Pendulum Graph trap card, so he definitely has a lot of options, and the Ash Blossom also in hand, right? So definitely Cyclone the back row, and that's going to be negated by the Decode Talker. Okay, that's fine. Go for the Unexpected Die, and the fact that your Gem Armadillo can be used for the Link summon is so crucial. Definitely you're 3 off now, I believe, in the main deck to search something like the Obsidian. Go for the Gem Knight Fusion for the Zirconia, I believe its name is. Get a second copy, or at least any second Gem Knight monster on the field, and, you know, start building on my field. Although I think I'm not able to OTK my opponent here. At least there's I think no way to put your Topaz, my fusion monster, in my graveyard and then copy it with my Master Diamond to, you know, get the double attack and the extra burn damage in the process. So if I missed something, my apologies. If I was able to OTK my opponent here, my apologies, but I don't think so. So yeah, as expected, as I knew back then, definitely the opponent OTKing here. Yeah, no reason to play that one outright. Last example again, Brilliant Fusion and the Armadillo. That's GG if the opponent doesn't have like a hand trap like Ash Blossom or something like that. So go for the Link Summon again and, you know, Crystal Rose, etc, etc, sending the Lazuli from your deck to the grave. And, you know, Lazuli is also not once per turn. Keep abusing her. It's just, oh man, it must be nice, right? It must be nice. Yeah, eventually get the second copy of Master Diamond on the field, and you know, you can just send another copy of your Lazuli Fusion from your extra deck to the graveyard. Go for the third copy, the third copy of Master Diamond, and burn my opponent here. So yeah, guys, definitely I prefer this version over the Grinder Golem version. Grinder Golem is definitely not needed, because again, it takes up a lot of extra deck space, and this deck needs the extra deck space, especially because 3 Master Diamond, 3 Lazuli Fusion. But yeah, this new Gem Knight Link monster, oh man, it's so disgusting, guys, so disgusting. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.